100% Santa approved official.
Feeling woolly-headed? Block nose and pressure building in the head? Try Sudafed decongestant tablets. They act fast to not only unblock, but also relieve the feeling of pressure that's causing that bunged-up feeling. For a clearer head, try Sudafed. You can also target the woolliness directly with Sudafed nasal spray solution for long-lasting relief in minutes.
Sponsored by Bet365.
Yes, hi, welcome back to our coverage of El Clasico. The first El Clasico of the season, Real Madrid down 2-0 at home after the first 45 minutes of this one. How frustrated have you been, Thierry, with that first half from Real Madrid?
Personally, not, because Barca is winning. But no, in all fairness, we were kind of waiting to see if they're going to put pressure. So they did it for 2 minutes. And I was like, oh, that's the way, if you want to beat Barcelona, especially at home, that's what you need to do. And then they stopped doing it. They're very passive. In front, the guys are lacking of a lot of movements. Sometimes in the same area, a lot of walking. They're not working as a team, too much space in between the lines. They're not a unit. And you can see on the goals that, you know, too much. First of all, if you play against any other team, then look at the time that Piqué has on the ball. Well, they play. I don't know, it's not easy to play against Barcelona. And even if it's not Barcelona, you need to be on point. But even more so against Barcelona. Look at the time, space. They're all just looking at them. And what a finish from Suarez, by the way, because he made that look really easy, but it's not easy. Great pass awareness from Sergio Roberto, but they're passive. They're passive. Eto, I know you wanted to say something about it. It's just too much at times.
Yeah, I think it's Barcelona is winning the game, and they are not doing an amazing game. I think if you can't do something against them, is to not let them to play. And Real Madrid is not doing greater pressure. They are always, like, as you said, most of the time they stopped, even when they have the ball or when they don't have the ball. No reaction. So we are speaking sometimes this as a friendly game, because this kind of games always is about the intensity. And today, I don't know how many times the players were walking on the pitch.
There is also one thing that we were questioning. I actually don't know why James is on the right and it's not Bale on the right, and James playing as a 10 at the top of the triangle. I just don't get it, because James, that's his position, and Bale will be, I think, more comfortable playing out there.
Just going back to that lack of pressure again, it felt like a similar story in the second goal, didn't it, Aitor?
Yeah, it was the same, and again, all of them, nobody was moving to receive the ball, and then when Real Madrid lost the ball, just the only movements were from the defenders and from Luka Modric. So it's difficult to defend against Barcelona. Imagine that you are not working.
Against any team, that will be costly. Even more so, like I said before, against Barcelona. You cannot leave Andres Iniesta having that amount of time on the ball. And what you saw when Modric lost the ball before is that Barcelona, with their line, the back line, pushed up. And it was more difficult for them to come out of it. And now we see now a guy at his best at the moment, 1-2. But again, it's too easy. I don't want to kill what they've been doing, Barcelona, because they've been playing very well. But I think Real Madrid also is helping, because they're not at it. They're not at it. And you saw, again, I go back on the second goal, you saw that Modric lost the ball because he was trying to force something, because the movement of the strikers were non-existent. They were all in offside position on the second goal. And late coming back and try to offer something for the guy on the ball.
All right, well, the pressure is certainly on right now for the managers, and this one for Rafa Benitez. Certainly that's the case. Luis Enrique leading his 50th La Liga match in charge of Barcelona. What a result this could potentially be for him. The pressure was already on Rafa Benitez ahead of the game. His side are 2-0 down. Will they react?
Sponsored by Bet365.
Movie starting. Not just carrots, Rosie, sprouts too.
Whatever. Whoa.
Brussels sprouts are delicious and nutritious. Oh no.
Oh, yes.
La-la-la-la.
Bye, big guy.
Step into the adventure with Sky Movies this Christmas. Sky, believe in better.
What's one thing that really matters to us? A fast and fair claim service. It's our #1 priority. And right now, you can get 14% off new motor policies when you buy our flexible car insurance online.
Allianz Insurance, that's right. How can I help?
Simply go online right now and click allianz.ie. You know you'll be okay with Allianz.
Awesome! This Christmas at HMV and Extravision, get 3 top movies for the price of 2. Great movies like Paw Patrol Winter Rescues, American Sniper, Fury, and you get a gift box absolutely free. Check out our huge selection of the latest DVD releases in store now. Get 3 for 2 and a free gift box to make your perfect gift this Christmas at HMV and Extravision. 100% Santa approved, official.
Betway. It's the way you can bet here and be right there. It's the way you see the latest odds. And with one touch, call it. It's the way you get insider tips and a whole new perspective on the in-play action. It's the way you bring the game to life. Betway.
Ah, Christmas. Not the season to be thinking about Board Gosh Energy.
Those decorations there are having some serious crack. I'm having a shocker over here. I need in on that action.
You can join the party, owl friend, with a switching gift of €100 back off your bill plus 10% off your electricity.
€100. Woo! Party time!
A gift for switching? It helps if it's Board Gosh Energy.
This is just an L hat.
I'm undefeated. I'm 6'9". I've got 18 KOs. I can talk. I'm confident. I'm a 7-time champion. Remember the name, Tyson Fury. Future heavyweight champion of the world. Vladimir, you're a fool. I have been. An old man. I'm the man. I'm the king. You're going to sleep. Next time we meet, you'll be looking at me from the flat of your back.
Who are you? Oh, shut up. Shut up.
Klitschko v Fury, next Saturday on Sky Sports Box Office. Order now, see channel 491, press a green button, or go to skysports.com/Klitschko Fury.
Sponsored by Bet365.
Well, there's a huge fight coming up on Sky Sports Box Office next Saturday night from 7 p.m. The reigning world heavyweight champion Vladimir Klitschko in the ring against Tyson Fury. You can follow all the build-up right here on Sky Sports. On Monday evening, it's Klitschko against Fury, the tactics. On Tuesday, we go behind the ropes with Vladimir Klitschko. A day later, we take a look at his controversial challenger, Tyson Fury. The countdown to the big fight begins on Thursday night, continues then on Friday evening. And for any more build-up to Klitschko against Fury, just head to Sky Sports On Demand. You will find lots more there. So as the players begin to come back out, Real Madrid 2-0 down in this one. Is this a question of tactics? Has Rafa Benitez got it wrong, or is it a question of desire or lack thereof for the Real Madrid players?
I think, as Terry said, the first 2 or 3 minutes we were watching the game and was watching the thing that I was expecting. Because with that team, I was expecting Real Madrid going forward to do the pressure, wanted to recover the ball as soon as possible to try to play, because with these players it's difficult to play when you don't have the ball, and we can feel that the players are not comfortable with the ball, and when you are not comfortable with the ball, you're losing your confidence. You start to defend, and they are players who are not used to defend, so they have problems. And I'm expecting for a good answer now, because 45 minutes in Bernabeu, again in the same intensity, I think it's going to be very long for them if they keep going in the same way.
All right, just about ready for kick-off in this second half. Let's hand you back to Jerry Armstrong and Kevin Keatings.
Thanks, Kate. Welcome back. Luis Enrique said he was cold like an iceberg, calm and relaxed ahead of this Classico. Whether we fully believed him or not, I'll leave that open to interpretation. Said the outcome wouldn't be decisive. Of course it can't be, just 12 games after this weekend into the season. But if Barcelona do win for the 10th time in the last 15 Clásicos here and at the Camp Nou, it will be a 6-point lead over Real Madrid at the top.
Yeah, and psychologically, Kevin, we were chatting at half-time, psychologically that means an awful lot as you approach the Christmas break. And it's also something that, you know, you get a little bit apprehensive about the next game, but there's 45 minutes left in this match, and certainly Real Madrid need to improve drastically.
Here's Marcelo. Looks for Bale. Well judged by Mathieu. Now James. No changes, incidentally, at half-time, beyond the one that was enforced upon Barcelona in the opening half, when Javier Mascherano picked up a groin strain and was replaced by Jérémy Mathieu. A reminder that Lionel Messi is in the Barcelona squad. After being out for so long on the bench, here's Marcelo. It's going to open up now!
Oh my goodness. Not at the near post, Kevin. You don't miss it at the near post. What an opportunity. Goodness. And Rafa, he really needed that one, didn't he? Well, he does brilliant. Burst of pace past Dani Alves. Piqué commits himself. He's in. He's just got to hit the target, or he puts it across the 6-yard box. James is waiting for a tap in. Ronaldo, they're all queuing up. And the last thing you can do is miss it at the near post.
Would have been the perfect lift for Real Madrid in the early moments of this second half. Certainly Benitez would have rattled into some of his players at half-time, but Varane's given that away cheaply. It's unlike him. Normally so calm and composed on the ball, Rafa Varane.
Yeah, but this is a Classico, Kevin, and the pressure and being 2-0 down at home against the team, you're thinking, well, if we beat them today, we go level on points with them, and probably we go above them on goal difference, but that's not happening at the moment. The 6-point pushing looks like it's going to be in favour of Barcelona. What a let-off that was.
Modric. Now Bale driving at the Barcelona penalty area. James!
What a
fine
save.
stop by Bravo.
What a save. Well, he's conceded 21 goals, Kevin, in his campaign playing for Real Sociedad and Barcelona. He conceded 3 goals here the last time he was here with Barcelona. That's some save.
James Rodriguez with the corner, having gone so close to pulling a goal back. Excellent start to the second half from Real Madrid. Modric. Now Bale.
Long way out. And not on target. Only 2 on target for me, both from James Rodriguez, Kevin. One in the first half and this one in the second. What a save that is. That's top drawer. Well done, Claudio Bravo. And as I said earlier, Kevin, he's conceded 21 goals in his career as a player here at the Bernabeu.
Neymar. Will we see the great man at some stage? I suspect so, if Barcelona end up strolling to victory here at the Bernabeu.
I think they'll want to give him a run out. He's played 27 consecutive Clásicos. I think he wants to make it 28. You can afford to put him on with 15 minutes to go.
Jerry's 1 goal short of becoming the all-time leading goal scorer in Classico history. He's level at the moment with Alfredo Di Stefano on 14.
Not a bad name to overtake as well, is it?
Just a bit. Here's Neymar. Don't think Ramos got the ball. Sergio Roberto's yelp of pain suggests he didn't. Yellow card for Ramos.
Well, he is well late, Kevin. Well late. There's commitment and then there's judgment. And for me, that's a poor judgment call. But Sergio Ramos has done that throughout his career, and that's why he's been sent off and booked so many times. But this is a really good position for Barcelona. They'll put it on target. Neymar fancies it again. Get it up and over the wall.
Always got to chuckle, you know, when Mathieu's playing. He gets alongside Neymar around these free kicks, and when Messi's playing, he's got absolutely no chance of taking this free kick. Real Madrid know it's going to be Neymar.
Well, it's right foot, it's gone up and over the wall. It's a problem though for Navas.
Neymar! Oh, and Navas just about got fingertips to that.
That's gone in, Kevin, that's a great save. Keylor Navas does really well. Have a look. Up and over the wall, then underneath the crossbar, he gets fingertips to it. Well done.
Neymar's corner, dealt with by Modric. Real Madrid have not lost a league game at the Bernabeu since September 2014. 22-game run. 19 of those wins. Atletico Madrid, last winners here in La Liga. Iniesta. Nice layoff, Iniesta! Magnificent finish! And that surely finishes the Classico in favour of Luis Enrique and Barcelona. High quality. And Real Madrid are on the end of what could be a thrashing here.
Well, it is a thrashing at the moment, Kevin, for me. They have not been at the races in the first 45 minutes. They had one great chance at the start of the second half and couldn't even hit the target with that. And every time Barcelona go forward, they look like they're going to score. They're always a yard behind. They're a yard late. They're not close enough. They're not pressing enough. Look at the run. Lovely little backheel layoff there from Neymar. And an absolute rocket into the top corner of the net from Andres Iniesta. What a sensational goal. They are running away with the Classico.
The vast majority inside this stadium in almost total disbelief at the scoreline, he included.
He hasn't had a shot on target, Kevin. I don't think they've had any service to him. I just don't think they've been at the races at all. They've been very, very poor.
Well, there may be disbelief about the scoreline. I'll tell you what, the nature of the near 54 minutes we've seen, it's not a surprise. The only surprise, perhaps, is that Barcelona haven't scored more.
Well, we've talked about maybe 4 goals they should have had. And as we speak, it looks like there's going to be a substitution.
Isco's ready to come on. Here's Danilo.
That's a poor cross, Kevin. Very disappointing from the attacking fullback.
It's such a damaging blow, that third goal, though, because Real Madrid had started the second half so well. Suarez, player free in the middle, Sergio Roberto. Suarez down, looking for a penalty. Referee staring right at it. Fernandez Borbolan said no. Here's Dani Alves. And again, they're cutting through Real Madrid. It could be 4. Side netting only for Suarez.
This is like a practice game now, Kevin. They're queuing up for opportunities, and Messi is about to come into the action. That is the worst nightmare ever for Real Madrid. Messi coming on. To be honest, I wouldn't want to change it. I wouldn't want to change the Barcelona lineup. They're playing that well for me. But I suppose Messi being Messi, this goal is on. I think it's James to take it off.
That is the Real Madrid change.
Take Sergio Roberto off, because I think it would be very unfair for him to have to come off, but they are cruising at this moment in time. They don't really need to make any changes unless there's an injury of some sort.
Ivan Rakitic is going to make way. Sergio Roberto will drop into his usual midfield position as we look again at the Iniesta goal and the reaction around the world.
What a goal.
In Miami, it's the Barcelona fans celebrating again. In Shanghai, China, looks to be more Real Madrid fans in that shot.
That's why there's not too many people jumping up and down, Kevin.
He is.
Oh, he's loving it. Luis Enrique is loving it. And he's had the beauty of playing for both clubs.
And Real Madrid's worst nightmare at 3-0 down, the arrival of Messi.
Yeah.
Isco. Busquets doing his best to stay with him. Two players not blessed with burning pace, but Isco's won the corner.
Well, it's a good introduction from Isco. He showed a lot more endeavour than some of the others have. Persevered down the right-hand side and won the corner kick. And well, that heel coming out again from Ramos, Kevin, that's dangerous. He does that all the time.
Did look contact, didn't it?
It did. You can see why Suarez is smiling. He thinks it should have been a penalty kick. It's given away cheaply.
Here's Isco. Space to manoeuvre now for Modric. No question, Real Madrid have got to score next to have any chance. And here's first involvement for Messi. 9 games out with injury.
I don't think he looks as ring rusty as the others did, Kevin. He's going to enjoy getting into the action.
Caught some pictures pre-match of Messi sauntering into the stadium. Looked like he was turning up to play in a testimonial match. Of course, nothing phases him at all. Here's Isco. Danilo. Wouldn't stick for Benzema. Isco. Real Madrid players needing their fans at the moment. They're just as stunned as the players at the moment. Corner though.
They are stunned, but they've been totally outplayed, Kevin. And they're lucky. That's the point I'm talking about. That was inside the penalty area. That was a penalty kick to me. And he's done it a couple of times. He stick that back leg out.
Toni Kroos corner being delayed here.
Substitution.
Marcelo limping away and replaced by Dani Carvajal. Yet another Real Madrid player not fully match fit, nowhere near it, Carvajal. Here's Kroos. Ronaldo calling for the deep cross. It's too deep. Isco keeps the attack alive. Crowd wanting a free kick against Busquets. Referee says play on. Iniesta. First Classico for Rafa Benitez, and it's going horribly wrong. We've been covering Spanish football, Jerry. We've seen Real Madrid on occasions produce the seemingly impossible. We're in that category now, aren't we, for sure?
I haven't really seen them capitulate, Kevin, as they have in the first 45 in this game. And I agree with Thierry Henry. Barcelona's not been outstanding. They haven't had to be outstanding. I think Barcelona have just turned up and done what they've done recently, and they've scored goals and created chances.
Here's Carvajal, deflection. Only a corner.
He's obviously got a problem with an injury here, Marcelo, that's why he's off. But Dani Carvajal does well. Gets the strike and it takes the deflection off Mathieu.
Another Toni Kroos corner. Carvajal for Isco. Yet another Real Madrid corner. Goes Ramos, decent header in, and Varane sees his effort caught easily in the end by Bravo.
That's an area I think they should have done better on, because they've got command in terms of height in the penalty area. Look at this, look at this.
It's Neymar, now Messi. You can see Carvajal ring rusty there, struggling to keep up with Neymar. No contest in terms of pace shown there.
There's so many of the Real Madrid players are not match fit, Kevin, it's untrue.
Barcelona fans, and there aren't many who managed to get a ticket for the Bernabeu, are really enjoying this. Free kick against Carvajal.
Yeah, he's launched in, Kevin, and he's remonstrating with the referee, Senor Fernandez Borbalán. But again, they're half a yard or a yard ahead of all the Real Madrid players. The passing, the little triangles, totally in control. I'm expecting more goals from Barcelona, to be honest. Especially with him on the park.
Tightest defence in La Liga. It's been torn apart here. Now don't have the best defensive record in the league. Now stands to Atletico Madrid after Barcelona's 3 goals. Goal scorers: Suarez, Neymar and Iniesta. And Messi back and on the pitch after a 9-match absence. Almost certainly Barcelona opening up a 6-point lead over Real Madrid at the top of the table. Carvajal. Ramos. Danilo dropped in at left back since the arrival of Carvajal. Appeals for handball against Piqué.
Well, he's really adamant about it, Gareth Bale. He's trying to bend it round the outside of Piqué. Let's have a look, see. Oh, right arm, penalty kick. Have a look, right arm outside, Kevin.
And it's a little movement towards the ball as well from Piqué's right arm. That's 2 penalties we should have had now in this second half. One for each side.
Levels it up, doesn't it?
Isco. It's going to beat Ramos. The stars on view. It's those in the colours of Barcelona that have been to the fore. Ronaldo still brooding on the edges of this Classico. And by Kroos. Carvajal's ball in, looking for Benzema, away by Mathieu. Fine margins, you know. When you look back to 2-0, Benitez the side down at half-time, but they made a great start of the second half, and Marcelo missed that wonderful chance, and Claudio Bravo made that excellent save from James.
White handkerchiefs being waved already by Real Madrid fans. They're not happy. And then it was an awful pass for Toni Kroos, Kevin. No pressure on him. They're giving the ball away so cheaply. Real Madrid at times is untrue.
Fine margins. Keen to add in those early minutes of the second half, but the overall nature of the match has been quite a gulf between the two teams, and certainly in terms of fitness. Here's Messi.
Great ball.
Wonderful pass. Suarez almost in. Neymar might be. And here's Messi! A vital block. That was goal bound. Varane in the way.
Well, he was in the way for the first pass that put Suarez in, Kevin. He's got his foot in. And he's got a little bit more pace than anyone else. He's got back. What's this? Varane just picking up the run. And he gets round as he controls it. Varane gets his foot in. The ball's teed up by Neymar for Messi. And then once again, Varane gets his body in the way. It could be 4, 5, 6 goals for Barcelona.
Alves. Isco needs to be careful there.
Great skill.
Eventually can't link up with Modric. Messi. Messi gets the free kick out of Toni Kroos. Thinks this is perhaps within range.
It's starting to look a little bit tight. This is the block from Varane. He's done tremendously well twice to get his body in the way.
I think that would have been goal number 4.
Well, he's blocked one of them just before half-time, Kevin. He blocked one from the first one he blocked was on the goal line. It was Marcelo, and then the second one after that was Rakitic.
I think Messi's eyeing this one up. It's 30 yards out. Solid enough white walls. Isco won't have the pace to go beyond Messi. Finds a good pass for Gareth Bale. Most to his left, including Ronaldo.
Great save.
Well, he backed himself 99 times out of 100 in that position, but full credit to Bravo, stood up well. And now at the other end, Messi. They just haven't got the legs, have they, to close Barcelona down?
They're not match fit, Kevin, and do you know, when you've been out so long, so many players, so many key players, you know, Gareth Bale's hardly played in the last, 6 weeks. The same. James Rodriguez is even longer, and Karim Benzema's the same. That's their front three. And Ronaldo there, he'd be disappointed he hasn't scored, but I'm going to give credit to Claudio Bravo, who's come out and did really well for me.
Here's Messi. Messi's missed the recent World Cup qualifiers in his injury absence for Argentina. We're happy to see his country pick up a win in their latest after a sluggish start to qualification. Argentina have been approaching those World Cup qualifying matches minus both Messi and Aguero. Take those two out of the picture and it's difficult for the rest. Here's the chance again for Ronaldo. He's definitely onside.
Yeah, he's onside. Great piece of play, Gareth Bale outside of the left foot. And it hits him in the head, but you give credit to the goalkeeper coming out, spreading himself, making himself big, and you can't believe it. You can't believe he hasn't scored. That's why Gonzalo Higuain got a recall, Kevin, because of the injuries to Aguero and Lionel Messi.
Played very well, Higuain, when he did get that recall. Having been, of course, disappointed to be dropped from the previous squads. Carlos Tevez got in ahead of him. Higuain these days playing in Italy with Napoli. Bale strokes one into the path of Ronaldo. It's a great pass. Flags up. Offside.
Well, the flag, maybe see if there's blushes there. It's another tight one. It's another very tight one. That's as close, I think, as the other one that was given for Neymar. When he hit the post, or he hit the woodwork.
Inside the last 20 minutes.
I think they're just so full of it now, Barcelona. They're pushing forward every opportunity. And they've got this 3-goal push, and they don't see themselves losing. And here comes Messi.
Sets the chance up. Ramos is there. And they were queuing up to add to their advantage.
Surely out of it, Kevin. Another great opportunity. And it's end-to-end stuff now.
Modric. Ronaldo finding Benzema. Bale. Referee not interested. Goal kick.
I think he's made the most of that one.
Jordi Alba knew what he was doing there.
Well, Bale gets the ball first, but he goes down too easy for me, Kevin. He definitely gets his foot to it first. There's not that much contact from Jordi Alba to make him go down that easy. But then Suarez has been doing it the first 20 minutes.
It's a little bit of a reaction from Bale, having lost out to Jordi Alba, and Sergio Busquets having plenty to say to Fernandes Borderline.
Well, this should have been a goal for me. Another opportunity. They're just overplaying slightly. They've got the 3-goal cushion, and it's showtime.
Piqué. Iniesta losing out to Modric. Try and release Ronaldo again. Ronaldo is playing as an orthodox extra number 9 alongside Benzema. Bale playing in the 10 role, which is where you prefer him, Jerry, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he should be playing in the 10 role because he's got the pace. That's where that chance came from, when he ran down the inside right channel and cut the ball across for Ronaldo. You know, when he's running with the ball, I think that's when he's at his best.
Alves. Messi.
Oh, what a flag.
Flag stays down. They're through again. It's Suarez for 4. Luis Suarez makes it 3 Classico goals in 3 Classico appearances. Score of the first, score of the fourth. Ronaldo berates Real Madrid's inability from the defensive point of view to deal with it. But again, the space is there, and Barcelona pick the pockets of Real Madrid again.
Well,
game over.
They've missed that many chances, Kevin. It could have been 7 or 8, but you know you're going to get another one too. Brilliant pass from Messi. The lovely little first-time play layoff. They're appealing for offside. He's not offside, and he just dinks it over the advancing goalkeeper, who goes down, I think, a little bit too easy for me. Keylor Navas is already down on the ground. But 11 league goals now for Suarez, 11 league goals for Neymar. They're in such great form. I never foresaw this, Kevin, though. I could honestly say I thought it would have been a lot tighter. It's been completely demolished Real Madrid here at the Bernabeu. They have overrun the minutes. Back to the drawing board for Rafa Benitez.
That is the hottest of hot head coach seats that Rafa Benitez occupies right now. And Real Madrid are going to lose consecutive La Liga games for the first time in 46 matches, 47 counting this one. Lost just before the international break at Sevilla, and most certainly are going to lose for the 10th time in the last 15 Clásicos.
Kevin, 23 league goals between Neymar and Suarez. There's only one goal between them, sorry. Suarez is on 11 and Neymar's on 12. It's unbelievable the form they've been in the last 6 games. They are the partnership, and Messi's now back to add to the firepower.
You go back to 2009 for the last handsome win by this sort of margin by Barcelona in a Bernabeu Classic, 6-2 on that occasion. So the difference in terms of the margin is the same, if not the amount of goals that Barcelona have scored. Ronaldo will be declaring at 4. Iniesta declares the armband, hands it over to Messi, and Munir El Haddadi will replace him.
Well, I was talking to you before, I don't think he's a 90-minute player anymore, Andres Iniesta, and he's had lots of injuries this season, and you can wrap him in cotton wool. This is a sensational goal. Absolutely sensational. Probably the pick of the bunch for me. But that's what he can do. But listen, you only need Andres Iniesta on the park for an hour. Even the Real Madrid supporters are applauding Andres Iniesta. He is a class player.
Shades of Ronaldinho's performance a few years ago here, which drew standing ovation from Real Madrid fans. Iniesta enjoyed, of course, all over the world. A wonderful career.
Well, I remember Ronaldinho playing a 1-2 and getting it on the halfway line and running from the halfway line right through to take it around the goalkeeper and put it in the net. And he got a standing ovation from the Real Madrid fans. But I think it was more because it was Roberto Carlos he was outstripping, and not too many people were quicker than Roberto Carlos.
Well, Jerry, the mind can't help moving towards how this result will manifest itself over the coming weeks.
It's
from both points of view.
Psychologically, Kevin, it is such a blow to Real Madrid. To lose 4-0, if it stays 4-0 at home, is such a crushing blow when they were coming into the game thinking, we win the match, we go back on top and draw level on points with Real Madrid, but we go on top on goal difference. That's probably the way they were coming into the game, thinking about it. But what it's done, it's totally reversed it. Luis Enrique is in cloud 9. He's thinking this is the best performance away from home from my side for many years. Last time they lost by a 4-goal margin, was it the 6-2, Kevin?
More damaging yet. Here's Neymar, Messi, Suarez. It's for Messi again. Once more it was Varane with the clearance. Isco. Kroos finds Bale. Might open up here for a consolation. Benzema!
Look at his first touch, Kevin. He doesn't know he's offside, by the way. You look at his first touch when the pass is made. He's just not match fit.
You wonder how Karim Benzema is mentally at this moment in time. Problems away from the game.
He looks level there. But look at his first touch, Kevin. The ball goes away from him. You can see that look of disappointment, disconsolate on their face, Kevin. Well, Miami, they're enjoying the sunshine, and the Barcelona fans are enjoying the scoreline.
darkness around Real Madrid FC at the moment.
There's got to be about 12 hours of difference between the two of them, isn't there?
Before this Classico got underway, Jerry, I hear these comments about Rafa Benitez being under pressure, and I'm thinking, my goodness, I know it's a hot seat, but one defeat this season was a brilliant start. Best defensive stats at the start of the season for a long, long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. He's going to be questioned after the manner of this defeat, and also the ultimate scoreline. Come on, let's get things into perspective. Another good save by Bravo. And his saves have been important at stages in this Classico, no doubt about that.
He's made two very good saves. The one at the start for me was when James Rodriguez, when it was 2-0, Kevin, he made an excellent save. And this one here, you can see crossing in, and it's Benzema gets the header on target. Good height for the goalkeeper, Claudia Bravo. That one's for the cameras, I think.
You know, they're going to question his team selection, and your comment earlier in the match, Benzema denied there by Bravo, was a very valid one. He's damned if he does, he's damned if he doesn't.
Yeah.
They'll be saying you should have played the players who are match fit, who've seen more minutes this season.
Yeah.
That's easy in hindsight.
It is in hindsight. It's a difficult decision, and I feel for Rafa, because that's the way they're going to look at it. They'll say, pick the wrong side, these guys weren't fit.
But there's no mercy, is there?
Well, the press are already talking about his successor, and they're already saying that it's going to be Zinedine Zidane, which I think's cruel, but that's before today's game.
Here's Ramos. Here's Munier. Neymar made a really good run, wasn't fed. Messi raced with Varane. He won't win it, he does. He doesn't look like he's been away at all, does he, Messi?
It's a really strong challenge. He's going to get booked for that.
Carvajal in sight of the yellow card.
Very strong challenge on Neymar. I think he deserves that yellow card, Kevin. He's looking to take everything, ball, man, everything. He's gone right through the back of his leg. He's saying he got the ball, but he can't get the ball unless he goes through his leg. There's no argument there for me.
Doing a low count of yellow cards for a Classico by its standards.
Lebanon, they're even watching in the Lebanon.
Yeah, fans of both teams. The estimate was that there was 400 million watching around the globe. Biggest game on the planet in terms of club football. Barcelona have bossed it.
Wow, the rivalry is unprecedented, Kevin. And you're right about world football, and the top players in the world are playing in this league. The Lionel Messis, the Neymars, the Suarez, the Ronaldos, the Bales, the most expensive players. Oh, that's a poor challenge from Isco. He's going to get booked for that. A red card.
Straight red from Fernandez Borbolan. It goes from bad to worse for Real Madrid. Substitute Isco sent off.
It's totally unnecessary as well. He's already past him, and he knows exactly what he's doing. That's an awful challenge. And the referee's got that one right for me. Totally out of order. Neymar felt that one. That's on his left knee, Kevin, from behind. That's awful.
And have no place The referee quite right to dismiss him.
You can be frustrated, Kevin, but there must be discipline. There's no discipline in that challenge from Isco.
Alves. It stays down here. It's a really good take from Suarez initially, and Piqué trying to join the goal-scoring party.
He's trying to rub salt into the wood. Gerard Piqué, he's been given a really bad reception by the Real Madrid fans here, which was expected.
Inside the last 5 minutes, it'll feel like a long 5 minutes or so for the players in white.
It's hard enough when you're 4-0 down with 11 players, but when you're down 4-0 and you've only got 10 players on the park, it makes it a lot more difficult. I'm sure there's going to be 1 or 2 more chances before that final whistle's blown. Now Lionel Messi on the ball, Kevin.
Neymar. Munir.
Good chance. You'd fancy him on his left foot as well to do better than that. But you know, this is the thing that surprises me, Kevin. The amount of space that players have got in the box. That's on the penalty spot, and he's got 2 yards of space to come on and strike the ball on his favourite left foot. And he should have hit the target, but Real Madrid have been so poor in every department today, it's untrue.
And you can't absolve the defence, as we have a little bit more for players further up the pitch for lack of minutes this season, but a lot of the defenders out there have played plenty of games. Ramos, Varane, Marcelo when he was out there, Danilo.
Varane single-handedly has blocked 4 shots that were all goalward bound. So he's not, he will not feel he's done well, but if you're picking people out, he's done better than some of the others. Well, Florentino Perez is not going to be a happy man. The press will certainly give Rafa a tough time tomorrow.
Not just tomorrow. There'll be nowhere to hide for a while. Players, coach alike. Danilo, forceful running. Ronaldo transferred quickly to Benzema. Deflection. It's kind to Barcelona. Could easily have crept in.
I think the deflection almost caused a problem for Bravo. He looked as if he might have had it covered, Kevin, but it deflected.
1 or 2 fans creeping out.
Well, they know the result.
1 or 2.
The result, it was there when the 3rd goal went in. I don't think they needed the 4th.
Here's Danilo. Easy for Bravo. Neymar twisting Carvajal. Oh, excellent ball in. Munir! That's the chance to put the gloss on it.
Look who's behind him. That's Gerard Piqué behind him, Kevin, and he's upset that he didn't let it run through to him. That's 2 great chances. This game could have been a lot more than 4-0. Believe you me. Wonderful acceleration from Neymar. Early cross, and he's begging for it. Piqué screaming, "It's mine, it's mine." And Munir takes it on his left foot, but doesn't hit the target.
Carvajal. In by Bale. Ronaldo!
What a save. What a save.
Magnificent stop from Claudio Bravo. Amongst all the tales in this Classico, one of them is that when called upon, Claudio Bravo has pulled off 4 or 5 really excellent saves. Messi. Cut off at the pass by Danilo. 90th minute now. Alves.
Well, this is a fabulous cross, and look at the header from Ronaldo. Pure power and just instinctive reflexes from Claudio Bravo. And you're right, he's had a man of the match performance, Kevin.
Benzema giving room to turn. Support here from Bale. Bravo, more routine stop this time. As we head into stoppage time. Just got it on the shoulder, didn't he? Rather than the meat of his head. But still, good instinctive stop. Good height for Bravo, but still needed to be agile.
His reflexes has always been good, Kevin, I think, and that was shown permanently. How many saves is that? 6? 8? I would say at least 4 or 5 of them were top-class saves. You know, the shot there from Bale was, you expect him to save that, but there's at least 4 or 5 of them were top-class saves. The instinctive one when Ronaldo was put through by Gareth Bale, and he's come out and spread himself, and he got his hand on his head to the ball. That was, again, good goalkeeping for me.
You add up the opportunities aside from the 4 goals that Barcelona have scored, the ones that they've missed. Keylor Navas has made a couple of notable stops as well, and those saves from Bravo. This scoreline could have ended up as anything, but Barcelona would always have been in front, whatever. Simply because they deserve to have been.
I'd go as far as to say that it should have been a record scoring feat. Benzema just getting away here, wrong side.
It's got to be a booking for Busquets.
The referee wants to do it by the book. He's right to do that. It's not going to make any difference. Sergio Busquets gets the yellow card. Well, I think it should have been a record result for Barcelona.
Maybe a record in terms of the aggregate number of goals in a Classico. There's the reaction for Rafa Benitez and his players at the end. The briefest of handshakes with Luis Enrique. A night, a day that the Barcelona players will milk, of course. In stark contrast, Luka Modric and the vanquished Real Madrid players will look to get out of their system as quickly as possible. The white hankies are being waved all around the Santiago Bernabeu, and the fallout in terms of Rafa Benitez and the players who can't be absolved, despite the fact that a number of them weren't match fit, that was for sure. But Barcelona have been the better team. 2 goals from Suarez, 1 from Iniesta, 1 from Neymar. Barcelona handsome 4-0 winners in the Classico.
Absolutely, such a big win for Barcelona. 4-goal margin and a clean sheet at the Bernabeu. It is, of course, a devastating result for Real Madrid, that one in front of their own fans, with Rafa Benitez, of course, already under pressure coming into that game. That can only now mount. Let's take a look then at the table. What does that do? Well, as you can see, Barcelona now with that key result opening up a 6-point lead over Rafa Benitez and Real Madrid. They've reduced that goal difference as well. It is a poor result for Real Madrid. They were taken apart at home by their biggest rivals. Well, the eyes around the world were, of course, on Madrid today for El Clasico, but there is a huge game in the Premier League underway as well. Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool at Manchester City. Coverage of that one is over on Sky Sports 1 right now. Liverpool with a 3-goal lead in that one right now. Just a few minutes left to go. If you can't choose between the two, you can go to our split screen coverage and stay with us here as well just to hear the wrap up of this game. Darlis Perez is up against Anthony Crolla. There's live boxing for you this evening. It's a rematch for the WBA lightweight title over on Sky Sports 1. That's from 8 o'clock. More action from Spain as well. That's up next on this channel. More Spanish football. Espanyol playing Malaga. We've got tennis for you as well. The semi-final